Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel anyone who is viewing this video and any of my videos for the first time. My name is Danielle Monroe, and I film videos, basically video diaries, story times, reviews on medications that I was previously on for social anxiety and bipolar 2 disorder. And today I just felt like filming a video. I think I filmed one yesterday, and right now I'm waiting for my best friend to get here. So I just thought, in the meantime, to keep myself busy in my mind from being idle, that I would film a video. So I'm not sure if I want to do a review on the medication that I still currently take, but I only take it at nighttime now, or I wanted to do a story time. So I'm thinking maybe I should do a story time about a past relationship, a toxic relationship where me and this person literally fought every single day, most of the day, which is crazy. So, due to my social anxiety, I had to go to an alternative school after I got in 7th grade because I like to skip class a lot. I avoided being around my peers at all costs. A lot of the times I would be in the SAC room or the guidance counselor's office or the vice principal's office because I was close with um, these staff members, so they allowed me to be with them more than other students. Honestly, I needed them, especially the guidance counselor. I needed her more than anybody in that school. I'm sorry. Somebody might have lost a relative and they really needed someone to talk to, but I I needed a crutch. That's how I felt like I needed someone that I could just cling on to and get through the school day with. So, of course, this is a regular public school, so they're not like set up for a student that needs that much attention, that needs like someone basically to follow them around because they're skipping class. I got to a certain point where in the cafeteria I wouldn't even sit at my classroom's table. I would at a table that was near the vending machines that no one sat at, and I would face away from the cafeteria, so my back is to everybody else, and pretty much just read a book. Um, I love reading, so that's pretty much what I did through most of my days, read books, and then other times I would do the schoolwork when I was able to be somewhere more isolated to focus on the work because if I was around, my peers, it was hard for me to focus and to get things done. But that's just the backstory of how I ended up in alternative school. So, I got to alternative school. I mean, there's a lot of stories from that, so I will probably eventually get into stories from that school. But today's story is about an ex of mine that was a very toxic relationship. So, it was me and my two best friends, and we had gotten into a bit of trouble with these other group of girls at the school, so they split the three of us up into different classrooms. One got to stay in the same classroom, and then me and my best friend for life, still to this day, were switched into different classrooms, but we were right across the hall from each other, so we still got to see each other. And lunchtime, I could go over to her class and eat lunch with her. So that was the highlight of my day because at first I hated the class they put me in. It was some people in the class that I was cool with and people that I had previously been in classrooms with, but it wasn't anybody in the classroom that I would be like, oh, this is my best friend or this is my really good friend. So that was quite an adjustment. I really hesitant to adjust, and I don't really like change, especially change that was not my idea. So it was a little hard at first, but I made friends with a lot of people in the class, and specifically this one girl who, as someone who's an introvert and pretty quiet, I like to try to be invisible as much as possible. Unfortunately, it's not physically possible, so I just try to stay to myself and to be quiet so that no one will notice me. And I tend to befriend people who are extremely outgoing. Everybody knows I end up best friends with that person, always. So there was a girl in that class, and we'll call her Samantha, and we became really close. We were like best friends pretty much at that point. So there was this guy in the class, and we'll call him, I want to use everybody's real names, but we'll call him Jeffrey. So he was funny. He was really funny, but he wouldn't be what I would consider my type. And I don't have a type, but like you don't have to have a type to like know someone is not like someone that you would go for anyways. So we just became like really close. We became like really cool, and he would always have me cracking up every day and stuff. And so eventually he asked me out, and since we were so close at this point, like I'm one of those people that you don't have to be my type, but if we become like basically best friends and you ask me out, since I already have, you know what I mean, like some feelings for you because we're so close and stuff, that we can end up dating because of that. So I said yes, and everything was great at first, but it's alternative school, so we all have our own issues, and I wasn't like obviously a therapist or a psychiatrist or anything, so it's not like I could talk to him and figure out what his issues were. I could assume that he had a little bit of anger issues, but like not that wasn't like his main thing. I almost feel like if there's a disorder or a situation where you like see yourself as a victim a lot, he definitely would be that. I did find out later on that he did have PTSD, and he had a rough upbringing. He lived in a group home and everything, so a lot of stuff made sense, but that doesn't make it any more like justifiable the nonsense that we went through. Like when things started to go downhill, like we fought every day, and then there were certain classmates that had issues with him just because like not there was an incident. Like some people just don't like you for no reason, like, and you can ask them and sometimes they don't even have a reason, like they can't even tell you, they just don't like you automatically. And so there were people and guys in the class that just didn't like him, so they messed with him every day, which meant he would be in a bad mood, and I would be trying to tell him, listen, don't react, don't make a scene, like don't do anything about it because you're going to make the situation worse. And I also don't like when people make scenes. I don't like when people that I'm with, and I'm not even talking about in a relationship, I mean like if me and my best friend go somewhere and she was to make a scene, I would be pissed off, I would leave. You're going to look crazy by yourself. And it's not even like this is a punishment to you. It's like, I can't handle that. Like I said, I want to be invisible. So if you're making a scene, neither one of us are invisible. I look guilty by default because I'm with you, so I look like I'm part of this, and that just blows my whole you can't see me facade that I'm trying to put on. So he made scenes often, and it pissed me off because it stressed me out, and if I'm stressed out, like I just can't I'm just not a pleasant person if I'm like really stressed out. So obviously I lash out, and um, another ex of mine nicknamed me the Viper because he felt like my like with words, like I can be pretty bad, like get in an argument or just like, and that's not a good thing. Like for someone to feel like, oh, you just verbally attack people and stuff like that. But I would just be pissed off because I'm like, I already told you not to react to this, and you go through this every day. Like, not saying you should be used to it, but I'm saying like, I've said the same thing every day, and this person does the same things every day. So eventually, it should get old to both of you. And the only reason that he still does it is because you react the way he wants you to react. So of course he's gonna keep harassing you because you react. If you laughed it off every single day, he's not gonna get any enjoyment out of that. And matter of fact, in a perfect world, he might finally see that you're cool and y'all could just be civil or cordial, whatever. But every single time he reacted, and it was just like, Jeffrey, please, gosh, like, how many days do we have to go through this? You're getting in trouble. You're pissing me off. You're making me look like a fool because I'm sitting here with you. And then we're fighting all day. Everybody knows that we're fighting. And we're in the same classroom. So I'm not... Now I'm part of the scene. Like, you're making your own scene. But now that we're sitting here fighting and we have beef, now we have our own little scene going on that I don't want to be a part of and that you forced me into. So, I was contemplating us breaking up. I think we were like off and on a lot, honestly. I've been in a lot of off and on relationships. And after the first time breaking up with the person and y'all get back together, when it comes to the second time, you should realize we probably shouldn't be together. But it never works out like that. You be off and on. Some people be in off and on relationships for over 5 years, and it's just like, why? We knew at multiple periods in our lives and in this relationship that we're not for each other. We just keep coming back. Maybe it's because, we don't want to start over fresh with someone else, because who the hell wants to start over fresh with someone else? Like, seriously? You gotta teach this person all this stuff about you, all the things you don't like, all the things you do like. Like, you have to just be vulnerable with a whole new person all over again. I don't like that at all. Not to mention, once you get in a relationship and you see that this person isn't about games, if they're not, and then you get back out into dating, a lot of the guys of this generation, not all, definitely not all, but a lot of guys of this generation just want to play games. They will tell you whatever the fuck it is that they think you want to hear or they know you want to hear so they can get what they want, and then have you looking stupid and play so many mind games and be talking to like 1,000 other females. And so you sitting here thinking you building something, dating somebody exclusively, and they're really talking to like 5 other people. And if you get mad about something, they make you look crazy. Like, who has time for that? I know, and I'm crazy. I'm sorry, I can admit it though. I'm crazy. I will threaten your life so quickly. That doesn't mean I'm going to act on it, but I'm just saying, like, I will threaten your life so quickly because I'm just like, you're not about to have me looking stupid. You're not going to do me wrong because you don't even know me. Like, it's not like I've done something to you and so now you're getting back at me. Like, honestly, you don't know me from a hole in the wall to do me dirty like this. And I just think it's wrong that people who really just don't want to be in an exclusive relationship, they just want to mess around with a lot of people, can't just find other people who want the same thing, so nobody gets hurt, nobody's time gets wasted, nobody gets jaded. I just can't. Like, I don't understand that. But anyways, we was off and on a lot. I just went on a whole different tangent. And so we had this school trip at the end of the year. Every year we went to Clemson Park. And so I was not going to go. I have social anxiety. I don't like going to places like that. And things had not been going well. So I really just felt like I don't want to go. Like, I could just stay home. He begged me to go. I went, and I was miserable. First of all, when we first got there, I couldn't find him for like the first hour. And he's off with a group of friends and some other girls and stuff. And I'm just like, are you for real? Like, if I could go back in time and slap myself, because that's who should have been slapped through the whole relationship. It wasn't on him, because like I said, he had issues. I have my own issues, but I wasn't a fool. Sorry, I had to check my phone. I wasn't that much of a fool. I should have just realized this is a toxic relationship. He got me looking bad every day in school. We fighting, always got a problem. I'm always mad. We always over in the corner bickering, looking stupid, of course. And everybody didn't understand what I was doing with him. On top of that, so I just looked stupid all the way around. But anyways, he begged me to go. I went. Couldn't find him for the first hour. And then when I finally found him, it just turned into an argument. We sat on a bench and fought the whole trip. The whole trip. Fought. And I think I cried. I probably did. I'm a softie. But it was anger tears. Like, when you're just so angry, and it's almost like you're so angry and you can't do what you really want to do, which is lose your mind, like just go off. And you just be so angry that you can't do what you want to do. Like, really express how you feel, that you end up crying instead. And it's not even like the sounds and stuff, it's just like tears and like sniffing. Like, I just was pissed. Pissed that I came and this is what it turned to be. Like, I could have been home. I could have been home enjoying myself, but instead I came for this BS. And so when we finally got on the bus to leave, I was like, it's over. And I had an epiphany, and I decided to face the window and look out the window for the rest of the ride. And he was sitting next to me, and he kept trying to tap me and get my attention. And once I had decided I was over, like that epiphany, I'm telling you, once I had decided I was done, it was over. He could have done, there was nothing he could have done. Like, I can't even think of an example of something he could have tried to do that would normally convince someone to come back. There was literally not a thing he could have done that would have made me be like, you know what, okay, I'll give this another try. Like, no. I was sick of it. I was done. You ruined this whole day. I didn't even want to come here. And you begged me to come, and now this is what came of it. He tried to tap me and talk to me that whole ride. I was not having it. One of the teachers that I was close with eventually told him to just leave me alone because she realized it wasn't happening. And I'm glad she did, because he might have caught an elbow to the lip if he would have tapped me one more time. I don't like being tapped. I don't like being tugged on, nudged, all that type of stuff. I don't know what it is. It's a pet peeve. I don't like when people do stuff like that. I don't like getting pulled on. Don't do it, because it's like automatic, like, irritation. But yeah, he was gonna catch an elbow to the lip if you would have tapped or nudged me or said my name one more time. It's like, obviously I'm ignoring you. Like, you're being a child right now, so that's what kids do. You're gonna try to ignore your child that, like, keeps calling your name, and you know they're calling you for something that you already gave them an answer to, and they'll just keep going because they just, I don't know, they're so hopeful. They have so much hope that they they think if I keep doing this is gonna work. And yeah, so he was childlike in that way, but he thought if he kept doing it, eventually I was gonna turn and be like, "What? Fine, we can be back together." Like, no. After that, we were over. This is when Facebook first got popular, so I went home and I made a Facebook and made my relationship status single and was posting like, this is when posting like song lyrics was like really cool and stuff. So Jason Derulo had that Riding Solo song out that had just came out, and I was posting lyrics from that Riding Solo, and I'm so sorry that it didn't work out, the pain is gone, like all these lyrics. I was not playing. When we went back to school, all the guys in the class who didn't like him, who had did like added me on Facebook, were like making comments about my Facebook posts and stuff, trying to like get under his skin. And at that point, I felt like if he makes a scene or reacts in a stupid way, that's on him. I don't care. And I did not care from that moment on. We never got back together. And I'm so glad we didn't, because it would have been a whole waste of my time and intelligence. And so, yes, that's the story about a very toxic relationship that I went through. And what grade was that? I think that was 10th grade. No. No, that was 9th grade. That was a hot mess. And I'm just so glad that I came to my senses after a long school year of BS from that relationship. But like I said, I have more stories from that school because it was alternative school. Like, let's just be real. There was a lot going on. There's a lot of different conditions and disorders and personalities and incidences that I could go on for days, but I'm going to get ready to end this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.